This is the real me for the first time in my entire career. Hey guys, I'm Kristin Cavallari, and this is my Us Weekly cover shoot. I've been offered a podcast for over 10 years. I've had a million conversations about it. And when I look back at that version of me who initially had those conversations, I really think who that was compared to who I am today is so wildly different. I really believe that timing is everything. I wasn't ready before, because to have a successful podcast, you have to be vulnerable, you have to open up, you have to let people in. I wasn't in a good place before where I could do that, where I feel like now I've done a lot of growing up in the last few years, and I'm finally in a really good place where I can open that door. Once I decided to do this podcast, I just knew I have to be completely myself. I have to be honest. That's why I wanted to name it Let's Be Honest, because I also want my guests coming on to be as honest as I am. And so it's like, let's go big or go home. I'm gonna put it all out there. I definitely feel like there's no holding back with this podcast. And there's so many different ways I want to take it too. While it's definitely a heavy focus on relationships, really dating, but it's relationships with kind of everything. Like, my dad is a narcissist, and I've had to it's taken pretty much my whole life to work through that. So I want to do a couple episodes on that and have doctors come in who specialize in that. I want to have my facialist on one week to talk about beauty treatments. Like, I want to just jump all over the place. I want there to be real takeaway for people. I would say I've been single for 3.5 years. I think that's probably debatable to some degree, but I would say I've been single for 3.5 years. And it's been an ebb and flow of dating. I've gone through phases of going on a million first dates, and I've gone through phases where I'm not dating at all. In a general sense, I'm dating. I just, at the moment, am not making it a priority, if that makes sense. But I'm open to it. I am the kind of person who's like, if it's meant to be, he'll find me. And I don't know where, because I hardly ever leave my house, but it's hopefully gonna happen. The grocery store.
Which it could.
It could. Hey, listen, if it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. I have had everybody tell me to get on the apps. I don't think they're for me, because it's all about chemistry, right? Like, your connection with someone. Someone can be amazing on paper, and you meet them and they're a dud, or you just have nothing in common, or there's just not that chemistry. Maybe you have things in common, but I'm looking for chemistry and compatibility, but really chemistry too. I want that, like, passion, that fire, that just like, ah. I mean, I really want a guy who is very secure. And I mean, like, just really content in his life, like, so that nothing in my life is a threat. Because I definitely go off the energy of I don't need a man, because I don't need a man, but I want a man. And I think that's way more important, but a lot of guys don't like that. A lot of guys want to be needed. So I need someone who's very, very confident and just secure in themselves. But I also want a buddy. I want someone to have fun with, who can make me laugh, but who's just really stable. And I know that should be like, well, no kidding, but it's really hard to find someone who's stable. And just someone who can add to my life. My life is really great. I love being on my own. I really do. I'm very happy. So it's someone who can just add joy to my life. Because also, this is the first time in my life I've ever been single. My first boyfriend was in 8th grade. I had boyfriends all throughout high school, my late teens, early 20s, and I met my ex-husband at age 23. So this is the first time in my life I've, like, actually dated, and it's been really fun. Of course, I've had moments where I'm like, this sucks, I can't meet anybody that I like, but for the most part, I've had a lot of fun, and I've gotten a lot of great stories, and so that's what it's all about. I feel like I'm in the best place I've ever been in my entire life, and that feels really good. My day-to-day is extremely normal, and so, you know, yeah, but I mean, the flip side of that, though, is I do go to LA sometimes, and I am on a red carpet, and I am doing a podcast, and so I understand that, you know, a part of my life is out there, so it has to be someone who can handle that. But no, I need someone who's, like, very normal. I did the Hollywood thing. It ran its course. It was fun. I really loved it, but now I'm just, like, in a more peaceful place in my life. I think I was just really young when I met my ex. And so, yeah, I think I'll get married again for sure. Yeah.